Good morning, everybody. You have meteorologist Rebecca Sweet here, who is live in our streaming center as we are talking about the possibility for some flash flooding. Now, I know you've probably seen on more national coverage some of the flooding that we actually had in two parts of Chattanooga yesterday evening. Again, this was for some areas that had close to 6+ inches of rain. Now, while we are expecting to see some possible flooding concerns here across East Tennessee, we are not necessarily seeing quite that extent of the rain that's moving through the area at this moment. There is the possibility that some areas could see close to 2 to 4 inches where flash flooding is going to be possible. I'm just kind of going off of what a lot of people have been mentioning on social media, and I get why there can be some fear when we're highlighting the chance for some flooding concerns. We do have a flood watch that will be in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. This is highlighting the possibility for flash flooding. When it comes to these rain showers that are moving through the area, we want to make sure, folks, that you have the very latest when it comes to heavy rain, the timing, the tracking. Know that we are seeing some of this excessive rainfall that is moving through the area at this moment. We want to remind you again to drive with caution, and if you do see roads that are covered in water, turn around. Don't drown. Make sure you can find an alternate route. Let's give you a quick glimpse as to what we're seeing over downtown Knoxville. Again, the timing right now is around 9:15 this morning, and we are looking at some heavy rain showers moving through the area in and out of downtown Knoxville with more heavy rain on the way. Temperatures are sitting in the middle 70s. Let's kind of give you a glimpse as to what we're seeing on the radar as well. So here is a viewpoint of some of these scattered showers and thunderstorms. You notice those green boxes in the far southern half of our viewing area. This is outside of our viewing area. It's kind of right outside of Chattanooga. But this is where we do have a flash flood warning that is in place. My biggest concern with what we're seeing here locally is that I'm actually expecting to see one round of rain after another after another. This is not going to last all day, but unfortunately, it does look like your early morning hours could be on the wet side. So you might have to think of some indoor things to do today, as well as kind of drive with caution on these wet roads. At this moment, again, 9:15 this morning, we do not have any flash flood warnings across East Tennessee, but we are continuing to watch some of these flooding concerns that will be possible as time goes on. So here's a glimpse as we look at the radar right now. I'm going to put this into motion, just kind of loop it over the last hour. You'll see some of those heavier rain showers pushing into parts of Knox County, and then also some more persistent heavy rain that is pushing across parts of Morgan, Cumberland, Roane counties, sliding into Loudoun County, kind of moving right into the Central Valley. You've heard us probably say many times on TV where we use the words training, where it's talking about one round of rain after another that's moving into the area. And this is certainly going to be a possibility here across East Tennessee. I'll kind of show you the line as to what I'm expecting. A lot of these showers just kind of riding right up into the valley. And this could be kind of that funnel of moisture moving into parts of our viewing area. So again, at this moment, we do not have any flash flood warnings that include us here across East Tennessee, but it is certainly something we'll continue to watch. Here's a glimpse of your flood watch. Now, this is highlighting the possibility for flash flooding. Flash flooding can happen very quickly, folks, when you get these heavy downpours that move into the region. You, again, saw those videos from the Chattanooga area yesterday. That was during a flash flood warning. And when you have low-lying areas in the city where you don't have proper drainage, this is where the flooding concerns can certainly be top of mind. As we highlight a little bit closer to home with this flood watch, we are going to continue to see the possibility for some of these showers and thunderstorms to carry on throughout the day. So look at this. I mean, this model at first this morning was not doing the best job of picking up on some of these rain showers, but I really think it's doing a much better job at this moment. You notice we see some moderate to heavy rain lasting through about mid to late morning. Right now it's only 9:15. This Futurecast model is taking you through 11, and then there's 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock, 1:30. all the way into the early part of the afternoon. By the time we head into the afternoon hours, if we can get some of this moisture to subside, it looks like we're actually going to be seeing a little bit of a drier second half of the day. Now keep in mind, this is a model depiction. So this model is showing a lot of rain lasting throughout the morning hours, but I do expect that a lot of these showers and thunderstorms will be kind of hit or miss. So you'll get a heavy downpour and then you'll see a little break from the rain, and then you'll get a heavy downpour and then you might see a little break from this rain. Then we go into the evening tonight. Again, we do see some of these isolated heavy downpours that will be possible. We've got a lot of moisture to work with right now. And then we carry on to see a little bit of a drier overnight as we head into the start of your Thursday. I'm actually quite impressed with how that model is doing. It was not as accurately depicting the rain as to what we had earlier. Let me talk a little bit more about the big picture. I'm going to jump over to the chroma key and kind of explain some of the flooding concerns that we're seeing in place. So again, today is a weather impact alert day. We decided to make it a weather impact alert day as of this morning when the National Weather Service went ahead and issued the flood watch. We're forecasting highs in the middle 80s. I'm going to watch this because now with this pretty persistent rain that is setting up, models weren't quite expecting this earlier this morning. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a slightly cooler day today. We may end up dropping our temperatures just a little bit. Tomorrow, not as much rain, still have a level 1 risk in place when it comes to flooding concerns. And then we go into your Friday and our rain chances do start to taper off. So remember, I was talking about that line of storms. This is kind of moving up the Southern Valley. And so it's right in between more so the higher elevations of the plateau and the higher elevations of the Smokies, and so it's kind of just funneling its way right into the Central Valley. And unfortunately, this could mean one round of rain after another, and when you get multiple rounds of heavy rain in one spot, this is where we get that training effect. This is where we get the concerns for seeing some flooding. Now, models are expecting this to carry on even as we go into the early part of the afternoon. The Weather Prediction Center has been highlighting this really since early this morning, this level 2 risk for excessive rainfall. We have an elevated risk for flooding potential. Tomorrow, we have the possibility for seeing some flooding concerns. And then as we go into your Friday, that concern for flooding starts to slowly creep its way out of the region. And we transition by the end of the week from talking not so much about just rain, but more so about some of the hotter temperatures we could see. This is our other futurecast model. So the one that I showed you moments ago, I kind of like a little bit more. It's nice to get the comparison of both of these models. This one doesn't pick up as much on the current rain that we have in place, but it does show more coverage heading into the afternoon. I want to say that most of the rain we're seeing as of this morning will likely taper off as we go into the afternoon hours, and then we'll have a few more isolated showers and thunderstorms to deal with, but not as much widespread coverage as we go throughout the evening tonight. We head into your Thursday. We see the chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms again tomorrow. And then on Friday, that's kind of when we start to say goodbye to this little bit more of an active weather pattern, and we transition into a little bit of a quieter forecast with some hot temps ahead going into the weekend. Perfect time for the weekend to see a nice warming trend in place, but we may see a few spotty showers try to carry on as we go into your Saturday. Highlighting your potential rainfall easily. Some spots here across East Tennessee could see about a half of an inch to an inch of rain. I want to say the higher elevations do have a slightly better chance of seeing some higher precipitation totals, but based off of what we're seeing right now on the radar, I would say that the Central Valley has a pretty good chance to see some nice precipitation as the morning carries on. And so far, a lot of people on social media sound relatively happy to be receiving this rain. It is certainly nice to get some of this moisture moving into the region. Your 7-day forecast shows temperatures staying into the middle 80s as we go throughout the rest of the day today. Again, I may end up dropping this high temperature just due to the fact that these showers have set up, and really going off of where they're located at this moment, I expect to see this rain with us for a while this morning. Let's kind of recap. Again, you can see those cooler conditions today warming up as we go into the weekend. As we kind of regroup, I want to do one more radar kind of loop and go over the region, one more glimpse of our futurecast, and then I think we should call it good since we do not have any flash flood warnings at this moment. And I will also note that we're going to be streaming our radar platform and the weather impact alert graphics, the 7-day, that's going to be going all day long. Or you can also, if you have our app ready to go, that has the interactive radar right in the palm of your hand. and you'll get all the push notifications right away if we do see any flash flood warnings that are issued or traffic alerts across our region. So here is a glimpse of our radar at this moment. We're continuing to see some of these heavier showers push their way into the Central Valley. So as we give you a viewpoint of our region, I can hear some of the rain outside of our studio. Some of the heaviest rain is now continuing to make its way into parts of Knox County. So that basically includes all of Knox County, where we have those yellows and reds and oranges. This is where we're highlighting some of the heaviest rain. So just made its way out of the Powell area, Coreyton, Strawberry Plains, Kodak, likely seeing some of these heavier showers. You'll see a brief little kind of letdown of some of this rain. That's right now moving through parts of West Knox County and into the Oak Ridge area, where you're still seeing some light green. And then another batch of heavy rain is going to be pushing into parts of Morgan and Roane counties and going to be stretching right near the 40-75 split. So this right here is the next batch of rain that I'm a little bit more concerned with, on top of all the moisture that we're seeing right now. If you live in a flood-prone area, if you tend to see flooding around your house, let's say you have a creek or a stream or a low-lying area, with all of this rain kind of moving in one after another, I wouldn't be surprised if we did see the potential for some flooding concerns. And then we're going to continue to see the possibility for more showers and thunderstorms even as we go into the afternoon. You remember me mentioning that when we looked at your futurecast model. So this is the morning rain. Again, it's not going to be lasting all day, but based off of where it's setting up in these consecutive rain showers that are moving in, I wouldn't be surprised if we did start to see some reports of some flooding concerns here locally. And we do have even more rain on the backside of this developing into the northern half of Alabama. So this steady stream of moisture could be creating some concerns for us here across East Tennessee as the day moves on. One more glimpse of your futurecast. Yep, it's doing a pretty good job of picking up on some of this current rain, and that's what we like to see. So here is a glimpse of your futurecast. This takes us all the way into the middle part of the morning, still showing some of these scattered showers sliding into the valley. I'm really happy that this model is starting to pick up on this, because the model runs earlier today, they were just kind of out to breakfast. We go into the afternoon hours. You notice the rain starts to lighten up, but we're still going to have the chance for some spotty showers. So perhaps as you're picking up your kiddos from school, if you have sports practices later on today, some of those will probably be canceled because it's going to be so soggy. And then we go into the evening hours, and isolated showers and thunderstorms are possible, but it does not look like it's going to be as much of a widespread concern as to what we are seeing right now. So between now and the early part of the afternoon, this is when I expect to see most of our flooding issues in place. And we'll continue to monitor this. No severe weather expected today, so I want to emphasize that enough. We might see some brief gusty winds, maybe 30 to 40 miles per hour, but that would be caused by these heavy downpours, like that gush of moisture coming down, pushing out the air and creating some brief wind gusts. So that's where some of those wind gusts would come into place. And of course, you might even hear a few rumbles of thunder, but I do not foresee these storms getting up to severe level. We've just got a lot of moisture to work with, folks, and it's going to be a little bit of a soggier start to the day. We're going to highlight your 7-day forecast one more time, and then I will wrap this up, and we'll continue to do more updates as needed. So today is a weather impact alert day. I do not expect to see weather impact alert days for your Thursday and Friday at this moment. But again, this will really depend on some of the flooding concerns that we're watching today. If we see some issues in place today with more additional rain tomorrow, again, that could create some issues across our region. By the weekend, we continue to warm back up with temperatures getting back into the 90s with more sunshine. Yeah, we're going to heat on up. Perfect weather for the pool or the lake. But I have a feeling if you have a pool in your house or a neighborhood pool, it might feel a little bit cooler following all of this precipitation that's moving into the region. That is a quick look at your forecast this morning. Again, we are tracking a weather impact alert day today. We'll be continuing to stream our radar on our social media. You can follow this on our app, and you can also follow us again as we go throughout the day online as well. Hope you guys are having a great day.